And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I was thinking over the intro, what we should do, we should get a redemption so Bobby has to talk in text-to-speech for the entire episode.
Why would you do that to me?
Because clearly you love it. So. When we last left our heroes. Hang on. Let me just pull something up to get rid of Dag, because he always throws me off doing this.
That was the pre-intro.
Journeying to their next trial, our heroes found themselves on an airship high above the clouds. V immediately recognized the ship as the Neptune Star, the one she can typically be found on. Becoming apparent that V's fear is next to be tried, she took note of the individuals on the ship. Instead of finding her usual crew, the collective of people were those she had saved in the past. And strangely enough, they all seemed to refer to her as Captain. Upon realizing this, she began to tell the party of her previous escapades. V explained that aside from the shipping of mundane cargo, she and the actual crew of the Neptune Star were part of an organization that is known for smuggling individuals out of the city of Dawnsgate that had been charged with crimes of committing magical acts. In the cover of night, her and their members of the crew will ferry these otherwise innocent people to safety and new lives. However, their efforts have been thwarted as of late, as there seemed to have been a mole amongst their ranks. As the party discussed, one of the crew members approached V to inform her that they had caught the mole and was waiting for her interrogation in the cargo holds below. Making their way to the lower decks, it was discovered that the mole was in fact a platinum version of Sicarious. The party encouraged the existing yellow Sicarious to enter the cell in which the two merged. As V and platinum Sicarious began to argue with one another, the rest of the party began to search the rest of the ship. However, they were only able to find that the crew members had mysteriously vanished, and as they returned to the cargo hold, V and Sicarious have come to an understandings as they join their companions on the search for the missing crew. However, as V returned to the top of the deck, the crew members suddenly reappeared, however standing silently in rows, staring towards the front of the ship. Kneeled down in front of them, a cloaked individual kneeled. And as V approached, she came to face with one of the magical refugees that she was unable to save. The women in white quickly became hostile and a battle broke out. The women floated into the air before letting out a horrid wail, sending a few party members to the ground. And while the fight was fierce, once again, our heroes came out the victors. And as the crew and the women in white vanished, an inky black portal opened in front of the ship, as the party was drawn helplessly in. Meanwhile, Tristan and his new companions, Tinsley and Nick, awaited for Nick's arrival. Nick had uncovered the potential location of Basil's mother. Rumor had it she's being held in a nearby restaurant owned by the Calzone crime family. A small group headed towards the restaurant with a slim plan. However, due to the late hour, their presence was immediately noticed and not welcomed. A fight broke out between Tristan and Co. and the members of the Calzone family. However, with the magic of Tristan, the brawn of Nick, and the agility of Tinsley, they were easily able to overcome their foes. Leaving one conscious, the crew interrogated the remaining Calzone family member, only to discover a secret passage to the cellar below. Descending down into a staircase, Tristan finds Basil's mother tied up, but otherwise unharmed. After explaining to Sarah that he had been sent by Basil, while he was attempting to rescue one of their companions within the book, Sarah became frantic. She began to rant about tomes and books, before demanding that Tristan enter the Black Book directly to retrieve her son. And so with a page ripped from the book, Sarah cast a spell to open a portal to the pocket realm of fear, with Tristan stepping through. And so, our story continues. As the party passes through the portal, you feel the familiar yet strange tug, as if one side is attempting to keep you, while the other demands your presence. A moment later, and your feet meet the ground on the other side. As you once again look around a grayscape environment, you find yourself in a new location, one which you've not seen before. In front of you, a black tower stands tall and imposing, its stone walls dark and foreboding against the tumultuous sky above. Thunder rumbles in the distance, growing louder with each passing moment. Forked bolts of lightning streak across the sky, illuminating the tower in brilliant flashes of light. The winds howl through the tower's windows, screeching like a choir of unholy angels. The tower seems to be the center of the storm, throwing out the power of lightning and thunder, as if a storm god sits atop, cracking a whip of pure electrical chaos, challenging anyone that would oppose. Curiously, you see massive black chains wrapped around the tower, each link as thick as a giant's arm and pulled taut, as if holding the tower in place against some unforeseen force, like the bastion is being held in place against its will. The chains made of some dark, unknown metal that absorbs the light around them, anchored deeply into the floor, disappearing into the ground beneath the tower. The chains are attached at various points on the tower itself. It wraps around the base and disappears into the shadows above. The chains themselves rusted and worn, as if they've been there for centuries long, and the sight of them is eerie and unsettling, making one wonder what kind of forces they were created to contain. All around the chained tower, a moat filled with a dark, inky liquid. The liquid's surface creates an oil-like shine that mirrors the cracks of lightning above. A decrepit and gnarled stone bridge sits over top of the moat. The bridge is adorned with obsidian stone statues of twisted and malformed creatures, whose nightmare black eyes leer towards the bridge's entrance. As you take in the foreboding tower, the black chains and the bridge, suddenly a voice rings out from behind you. You instinctively spin and spot to look. And as you turn, you see a familiar bandage-wrapped individual hurrying towards you. Tristan quickly runs up, quickly out of breath, hands on his knees as he bends over. Oh man, I'm so glad I saw you guys. Oh, I was so worried and so scared here all by myself.
Oh, Tristan.
It's so good to see you. Slight concern, though. If you're here, who is holding the book that you were supposed to guard?
Oh, don't worry. It's not really Tristan. This is just another one of the nightmare creatures. Remember, there's lots of them. They look and appear like people we interact with. This is not Tristan. Tristan is not here.
Unless it's him and he jumped in the book.
We can try killing him and see what happens.
I mean, I can tell you guys what happened to me. Okay, I'll just sit here. It's fine.
Oh, no. Please, Tristan.
No. By all means, you can go ahead and continue. Okay, I'll tell you.
I'm gonna just say, I mean, he doesn't sound like Tristan.
He doesn't sound anything like Tristan. This is like a very, very bad impersonation of Tristan, if anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's just I'm so scared, and then, my voice gets a little high when I get scared.
I don't know. I don't think Tristan gets scared all that often.
Well,
Tell us your story. What happened?
No. When's my birthday?
you don't have one, remember? You never had a birthday
All right.
before.
It's Tristan. We can trust him.
Even though I wasn't here during that episode, it's fine.
Yeah, it's definitely a nightmare, Tristan. You just yes.
Basil, I have some
100%.
important information for you.
Oh, yes.
I was able to find your mom. She says hi.
Hi back, I guess you where did you find her?
Well, it's a long story, and I can probably tell you later, but she's safe right now. She's back in the material plane with some friends of ours. Well, friends of mine.
And
But I'm
that's
sure
it?
they're going to
She
be
just
friends
said
with
hi?
yours. No, she said some other stuff, too. Mostly,
Good.
we need to get you out of the book, buddy. We got to get you out of here as fast as you can. She didn't go into a lot of explanation. Maybe she did. I wasn't really paying attention. I was way too scared.
All right, you scared me to no, you know what? That's not important. We can't leave right now. We haven't completed what we're doing. We haven't yet reunited all of the Sicarious clone Sicariomalies.
Sicar pies?
I think he's
Pie
good
pieces?
enough as he is, right, guys? I mean, I'll be honest. I've been keeping it together pretty well, but this is about enough for me. Just point around to just the scary atmosphere of this new place we're in.
I mean, do we really even know how many of me there are?
Yeah, this is probably the whole thing.
Whose memory is this? Who does this look familiar to? It is not mine. But I didn't recognize it last time, so who knows? Maybe it is mine.
It's certainly not anything I recognize.
Okay, we went to Grimoires, we went to V's, so that leaves you, Sicarious.
Or Basil.
Or Basil, yes, I forgot.
Or this could be.
I do not remember a building wrapped in chains.
Tristan, does this look familiar to you?
Oh, gee, golly gosh, I've never seen anything like this before, Mrs. V.
Mrs. Swiss Dave's gonna kill you. He's gonna kill you. That's the straw that'll break it. Oh.
Okay, well,
Oh.
if this doesn't belong to one of us specifically, then this could quite easily be someone else's dream that we've connected to. This place, as I mentioned, is kind of like connected in a multitude of different places. This could simply be the realm of someone whom is maybe dreaming of this.
Well, that's not fair.
Maybe
I already conquered my fear. I don't want to do somebody else's nightmares unless they're not here. This is shitty deal. Let's get out of here.
Yes, recalling, of course, that we do still need the Sicariomalies to reunite so that we can take them back safely. Because, truth be told, if we were to return with the Sicarious we have, it may not be the Sicarious that we need. It could simply be that while separated and pulled apart, we bring back just a concept of Sicarious rather than actual Sicarious, and it might then explode. Maybe.
Are you
Holy
saying I
shit.
might explode if we leave too early?
Maybe. I mean, your guess is as good as mine at this point. I haven't
This
come
is
in
your
here and broken
book.
in.
That's the
Yes, but
chance
I
I'm
didn't
willing to
split into
take.
7 pieces and scatter myself into the unknown dark void, did I?
Do we
Well,
know
did I
it
do
is
that on
7?
purpose? No.
I don't know what you did on purpose. I know you picked
Okay,
up my
well-
book on purpose, which we
That
will
you left
still talk
behind
about.
on purpose. But anyway, we will not talk about that.
Gentlemen, please.
Oh, hold on. Let's think of solution. Do we know for sure that there are 7? Do we know how many pieces?
No,
This
not
is,
at all.
This is massive
Well,
problem. We can be here forever.
The only thing we know for certain is that every time we've went somewhere, we've just gone forward, figured it out, and moved on. So I say
What
we
if-
just move on, keep going.
But if it's this forever, though, like
I don't like this.
What else choice do we have? There's
we
no
could burn
exit door.
everything.
We have to help Sicarious.
But
Do
we
we?
won't know when we are done helping him. This
I
is my
feel like-
point.
Well, maybe that
We
is the
know.
exit. Once we know that I am completely
Okay.
whole again, we find the exit to this place.
Why
right
don't
now-
we just make a version that we like and stop there?
What is wrong with me right now?
That's my point exactly. I
That's
think this is
exactly.
good enough.
Oh,
You
what's
seem
wrong
like
with me? It's the
phenomenal
whole,
guy.
I should say. The incomplete part of me.
You're
It
kind
will
of
take.
jaded.
It will take too long to make you. Possibly, we don't know.
Standing around and assuming things is not going to solve anything. Like with everything, we have to move through regardless. It's not like we can turn around and go in a different direction because this world
you
will simply
said-
create another obstacle.
Yes, but when we move through, you're supposed to take the person whose fear it is, and they are the leader of that section, and we don't know whose this is. So
Well,
what
we're not
do we
going
do?
to find out standing here, are we?
Maybe
All right,
we should-
lead the way, big guy.
Wait, before just a minute. Before we go, I'm just gonna sit down a little bit. Just give me a minute, and V will sit down and cast Cure Wounds at the 2nd level on herself.
Oh, wait,
I'm gonna
are we-
try to
yeah,
jump
are
in
we-
the
Oh
are
water.
we
shit! Yeah,
dying?
we are.
We have Sicarious and I have 1 hit point.
I got a
so
hit point. I
we're gonna
forgot
fix
about that. Let's run into battle with 1 hit point.
Do
it.
we have time for nap?
I did doubt.
I mean, the thing is right there. I know we're all
Okay.
not doing well.
I have
I
0
don't-
healing left, though. I got 1.
I don't know how safe it would be to sleep out here in the open either. Like, right outside this giant, creepy castle.
Last time when you guys said we didn't need nap or shouldn't have nap, we had nap, and it was a good thing we
It was
did.
incredibly beneficial.
Okay,
and
but
part
that
of
was
very
on a
crucial
ship in a
plan.
corridor. Do you
Okay.
see any shelter around here?
Well, let's go and see what's happening inside. You want to
Oh,
do
that's a
that?
pretty sweet bush over there.
Tristan, did you bring any healing with you?
That's a great question, V. I've been a little nervous this entire time about, being here and whatnot. I damn near forget what I'm capable of doing. Stupid bullshit.
I'm pretty sure he does. He has 1 potion.
Got a half
Sicarious had
potion,
1. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tristan had another one.
And mine was pickpocketed and tried to be used already. So
It was used? Yours?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so.
Basil did it.
Boy.
Oh yeah, gee
I
gosh,
did.
sorry,
was me.
V. I don't have any. I don't seem to have anything that might help. Other than this, and he pulls out a potion of healing.
I feel like we should save that for an emergency.
Yeah,
We all
probably.
agree? Yeah.
But
I
who
was
should
hoping-
hold it?
Well, how about we give it to Basil? He seems to want to hide in the back.
I don't want to give it to him.
Basil saved both you and I, Sicarious.
Exactly.
So I'd
By
watch
hiding in the
him.
back, he was able to get us. So it works perfectly. It's a great strategy.
Oh my god. Let's go! Someone take this stupid potion!
Yes, I think Basil should take it. He seems to be.
Okay.
Alright, fine.
As
Thank you
you
for
hand it to
agreeing.
him, Basil seems to very hesitantly take it, and will actually shoot a look, like kind of almost like a very melancholy look towards V, before he takes it, and then sort of puts it in his pouch.
Well, that's ominous.
You guys started sleeping together or something? What are we missing here?
When would we have time to do that? I was dead like 5 seconds ago.
And that would have been very awkward.
Oh gee,
Anyway,
I missed my
let's-
chance to place
Oh!
coins.
Ew! Rob! God! You're bad. Ew.
Alright, so
Alright.
let's take a look at this tower here. My plan. Let's blow it up. What do we think?
Not a good idea.
Why not?
Elaborate.
I feel like what we've learned, as Basil has said 1,000,000 times, we have to go through. Also, I feel like your bomb isn't going to be big enough to blow up this castle with metal chains and stone and such.
Alright, that's fair. I also don't have a bomb. If I'm being honest.
All right. Excellent planning.
And we don't know whose memory this is. Sicarious. Can I insight check Sicarious?
Sure.
Just it doesn't make sense otherwise. It has to be one of us. 14.
14. You stare into the eyes of Platinum Sicarious and draw nothing from it. You continue to try and read him, but yet he stands unflinching. When suddenly another voice. I know what this place is. Stepping out from behind Basil, suddenly you see the little girl image, once again, of Brittany.
Oh, Jesus, you gotta stop fucking coming up to us like that, man. You pop out of nowhere.
Yes, well, I do know what this place is. And I'm sorry. But your mission must end here. It's far too dangerous for Basil to enter. In fact, I forbid it.
Sounds good. Let's go home.
You forbid me?
She stands up a little straighter and puts her hands on her hips. Yes, I forbid it.
I look at the tower again. Brittany, we have traveled for many, many years together. And in that time, we have faced many dangers. Life and death situations have been abound, especially since meeting the others. What danger could possibly lie within that would cause such... He trips on the word fear.
Well, it's true. The last of your friend will be able to be found in there. This is a place you must not travel, Basil. From all the years we've been together, all the dangers we've faced, have I ever led you astray before?
No, you haven't. You've been a true companion, and your advice, counsel, even your companionship have been... They've gotten me through some very trying times. But in that same way, Sicarious has also done much, and knowing that I am responsible in part for the way that he currently is, I could not turn away. Whatever dangers may face me inside this place would pale to the suffering I would feel knowing that there was a piece of him left here.
And there's no way to convince you otherwise.
Basil will look and take a deep consideration, and then look at his teammates again before shaking his head.
Very well. Then if you must go in, you can go in with what I've kept from you all these years. The truth. Basil, do you remember your night here when the black and white wolf stalked you?
Only bits and pieces. Fragments of me running through woods and villages. What I think was light, then disappearing into darkness.
That was no mere creature. And my arriving to save you was no coincidence. Nor was it destiny. It was deliberate. The creature that chased you that night did so not to eat you, Basil, but to observe you. To watch and see if you could be one of his. Somewhere along the path, he must have found what he was looking for. Something about your potential. And so he sent me to pretend to save you and show you passage back to the material world. To gain your trust. But the truth is, I know exactly who resides here. For I am a sprite of the Nightmare King.
What?
You must understand. I was sent to watch over you, Basil. To ensure your safety and to guide you into your potential.
This whole time you've been... He's haunted my dreams through my childhood, my adulthood. You were there with me. I cowered in a cold sweat most nights for fear of what I would do and what I would become. And this whole time you've been working for him? Grooming me into what?
Not grooming. Teaching. And while you lay restless those nights, I stood by your side. For lessons in life, the ones that are most important, are always the most difficult. I was sent to teach you the ways of the Black Book. Yes, I used the memory of your adopted father and his wish for you to become a scholar, to tutor you in the ways of the book, to grow your magical capabilities, to which they are now. For that I am sorry. But hear my words now, Basil. To walk in there, to face off him directly. I cannot promise your safety, nor any of your friends.
Basil's hands shake. A mixture of anger, sadness, frustration, and fear. I'm sorry. I need a moment. And Basil will just sort of move a little bit away from the others towards the tower. More just not heading into the tower, but like somewhere with a decent view of it.
Brittany.
She continues to look towards Basil, not turning away. Yes, Fee.
You asked me to do something, to keep an eye on Basil.
I did.
Why?
Perhaps you did not hear correctly. I meant to watch over Basil, to ensure no harm comes to him, for him to reach his potential.
But why were you concerned that he would suddenly start becoming rash? Making quick judgments?
It's because of this place. This book, this realm. While it offers Basil the talents and capabilities he's capable of doing, it still looks for its due when the time comes. I didn't know how he'd be affected.
All right. V, did you want to say something else?
No, she'll just look right at Brittany and say no, and she'll turn and she'll go walk over to Basil.
Hey, little one, over here, look at me. And she'll look at Brittany.
Brittany watches as V moves past her, before slowly turning to face you.
I believe that you care for my friend Basil. You seem to love him truly. Yes?
Without question.
Well, if that is as you say, you know this place better than all of us. You know this Nightmare King better than all of us put together, Basil included. If you love him and care for him, if he is your friend, you will show us what we need to do here. You must know his weaknesses.
An entity like that holds no weaknesses, only strengths. Magic,
I don't believe you.
that is your choice.
There must be a way. There must be some way, some long shot.
Perhaps. But in this place that he rules over, his weaknesses are few and far between. He is strong, powerful, and resistant in this land. You want a word of advice on how to overcome your enemy? Turn around and leave.
But this is not possible, as you've heard.
And that's where the
If you-
difficulty lies.
Well, if you are fighting with us, then fight with us. I think you need to try to talk to Basil when he is ready. I will do what he thinks is best.
I agree.
Greenmore's gonna walk over to Basil. He won't look at him, he's just gonna kind of look at the tower with him, just standing next to him. You know, when you get closer, it doesn't look all that scary. We'll nudge him, kind of give him just a, knowing, cheeky smile.
My whole life, I feared what was in this book. It's childhood traumas, am I right?
Amen.
I know you will all understand what it's like. And I think I've made my decision.
Yeah.
Whatever comes before us, we must help Sicarious. I don't know what the Nightmare King has in mind. I don't know why I'm, of all people, so important. I never wanted any of this. Just wanted to know who my father was and maybe find some connection to this world. I've been moved this whole time by a hand not seen, by a voice not heard. It's hard anymore. I wish I had your courage. It may not seem it, but
Probably the only time I've ever heard anyone say that.
Remor, you have done so much in the small time I've known you. the fact that even the mighty Oksana, with limbs like the trunks of trees, still leans on someone like you for support is very easy to see why. All of you show such great strength, and I've always felt like I've kind of been at the back. When we were ambushed by Marcus back in the Astral Sea, I sat there, did nothing while we were taken. Sicarious was ready for a fight, and even you were willing to fend these brigands off for the others who were unable to fight, but I just gave up.
You don't give yourself enough credit there, Basil. I know what it's like, to grow up without a figure, such as a father, for example. And I know that it can leave quite a hole in terms of feeling like you're in a world that you belong in. It's hard to find direction. But, life took me here to you all, and I learned that the only direction for us to really go is forward. I think you sell yourself short, and I think that you're stronger than you give yourself credit for. Restraint doesn't come easily to some, and I have to be honest. I think we kind of need you, because the rest of us tend to fight too much with our hearts, and that can probably get you killed, probably like in the tower somewhere. But you're sort of the brains of this operation. Without you, we'd kind of just be slashing in the dark.
Or floating out in the Astral Sea.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Look, I don't know what to expect in this tower here, but one thing I can promise you is that I'll have your back. I'm sure the rest of the group will too. And, is his name the Nightmare King? Voice gets a little shaky there.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Well, we'll take him down if that's what needs to happen. We'll face these fears together. After all, I have the courage of a lion.
Yes, you do. And so much more. Basil will turn and see V having come closer. He looks as though he starts to turn his gaze downwards as his gaze meets V, but then straightens up a little bit. All right, I think I know what we must do. I think, Oksana, you were correct. This is my challenge, my obstacle to overcome. And I think because of my connection to this place, it is going to be far more dangerous than any place we have ever felt. I know that I've urged on the side of caution and said the dangers of sleeping and resting in this kind of place. I believe we'll need everything that we have in order to try and overcome what is to be next. I have curbed my magics while here, as to not draw his attention. But now, seeing as we are on his very footsteps, I don't see much of a point in doing that. I'm going to try, if you'll allow me, to create safe haven here, so that we may attempt to rest before this confrontation. But I don't know if this may make things worse or if it'll work at all.
Only one way
I
to
only
find
ask
out.
that. I only ask that you have faith.
I have faith in you, Basil. I will follow your lead.
I trust you, Basil.
Kramer will wink at him.
Basil, Basil pulls out a piece of parchment from his bag.
I think you're pretty
It is
swell
a-
too.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, you were
Way
doing
to
something.
kill the mood, man.
No, thank you, Tristan. And I know I didn't say this before. And Basil will go over to Tristan and take hold of his bandaged hand and say, "I sincerely want to thank you for finding my mother.
Oh, it was.
I
it
mean
was
it.
no sweat. I mean,
If
go on.
I mean it. If there's anything ever that you would need, you have but to ask. My family is most dear to me, and I see you as family, Tristan."
Oh, shucks, gee, gosh darn it, that's... I mean... A friend in need is a friend in me. Oh, wait. Is it...
Good enough.
Yeah.
All right. Basil will reach into his bag and pull out a parchment. Now, I'm going to ask Dave this more than anything else. Could I say that Basil, along the lines, because I do have parchment in my bag, could I have torn a page of the book out and just like kind of like one of the blank pages?
Just a blank page?
Just a blank page, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we'll say that you probably have a few tucked away for emergency purposes, the same that you had given your mother one of the torn pages.
Yep. And in it, I will draw Jed's ship and try to conjure it as a pocket dream dimension.
I'm going to say high or low for your benefit.
Always high. 'Cause he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes.
Apparently, luck was in your favor as I rolled a natural 20.
oh.
Oh! I'll also draw a tiny Jed.
Dave's like, great, thank you.
Hard to push it.
Yeah.
As you all watch as Basil begins to furiously draw on the piece of parchment, a bit of light begins to spur from the page itself. The page itself begins to grow outwards, almost as if branches of origami pulling away from the page. Around you, you begin to see the environment slightly change. A paper boat now rests directly underneath your feet. And an almost translucent wax paper encompasses the entire surrounding area. You immediately recognize many of the elements of the ship, as well at the starboard, which is the front, because that's what we said. You see an origami image of a dear friend, Jed, standing, waving to you in a flat 2D form.
How
Right,
does this work?
Well, we tap our heels 3 times together and say there's no place like Jed's house, and we jump in.
It's a really cruel joke. You know, I only have one leg. You walk in.
Oksana will think you're being literal and she'll try to do it.
So you jump on it?
I'm going to I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. I mean, I hope I'm doing this right, but I will. Basil takes a step and steps onto the paper.
As you step onto the paper, the rest of you watch with bated breath, wondering what will happen next. As his foot finds holds on the deck of the ship, it seems to be structurally sound.
Let's go.
I'll just barge on.
Yeah.
Okay. Basil, roll me a d20, please.
A D20. Very well. That is a 13.
13. 13 is the number of hours to which the spell will exist.
Ooh, nice.
Thank God.
More
than 8.
Enough time to eat and sleep.
Yes.
Although I imagine Basil doesn't know exactly what that timeline is, so he would definitely say that we should, have a long rest, recover what we can, but then be on our way. There's also no telling what the Nightmare King is doing if Sicarious, well, whatever a version of Sicarious is there, what the Nightmare King has in store.
Whatever it is, we will meet it head on and put that Nightmare King to rest.
Can you
Also, hello, Jed.
Oh, Jed. Have you tried to communicate with the other Sicariouses? What if you think really hard?
No. You mean trying to sense myself in a way?
Yes, try to connect with your other selves. This is storybook. Anything can happen, right?
Yes. Just reach out and touch yourself.
Good thing you didn't ask the first version of me to do that.
Good thing that you didn't say that before you asked about the spell. I blame Bobby.
But aren't we in a new dimension now, kind of?
Just try it, Sicarious. Furrow your eyebrows and think. Try it.
Think of myself. Okay.
Sure. Inwards. Try and connect with yourself.
All right. Sicarious closes his eyes and just starts thinking of himself.
Sicarious, as you close your eyes, you attempt to mentally reach out to any form of yourself. You try and picture to the best of your might multiple copies, mirror images. However, being in this situation, having all of your companions staring at you intently, it's very awkward. Go ahead and make a straight wisdom check with disadvantage, as you have been given a dark heart.
What did I do?
I don't know. Buck Goose just came in here and dropped it. Yeah.
You got hit with that Buck Goose hit and run.
Yeah. We're gonna create an entire new redemption just for Buck to come in and drop it real hot.
So straight wisdom check. That's it at disadvantage.
Correct.
All right, that's a 14. Not too bad.
Ooh.
Roll 17 or 14. That's good.
14. Casting off the awkwardness of the situation, you focus intently. It takes a while as the rest of you watch Sicarious stay in an almost trance-like state at this point for well over an hour.
Oh, I would not watch him for an hour. No, thank you.
No worth it. You know you like.
When suddenly a fogged image begins to penetrate your mind. At first, very difficult to work out what exactly you're seeing. But the image grows clearer and sharper as you continue to peer forward. You see an image of a night burned into your memory. A memory that you've played over and over and over again in your mind. But you can tell this is not a memory. The version of yourself you stare at isn't quite right. The people surrounding you, not the same as you remember it. You hear laughter, followed by the shattering of glass. Your consciousness now assuming the form of the individual just been thrown out the window. And as you continue to fall towards the ground, you do take note of the thick black chains you whiz by.
Whenever you open your eyes, Oksana's like staring right at you. She's like sitting on the floor in front of you, staring at you.
But it appears... It appeared to have worked. I don't know.
Oh,
I did sense another version of a memory that I wish never to repeat of myself. And it was... I did recognize this building. But I don't remember it from the past, so it's like two memories put into one. I don't understand. I don't know how to explain it. It was my memory, but it was altered in a different way than I experienced myself. So I do not understand.
well, that makes sense because all of ours were altered, right? So you're here. Sicarious is here.
It appears
You only
to be,
felt
yes.
one? Just one?
Correct.
Excellent. Just one. You hear that, guys? Just one more.
Great news. Great news.
Well
So-
done, Sicarious.
Didn't know I had it in me. So it looks like we are going to accomplish two things here, Basil. Yours and mine. Okay.
Sorry, that
speechless,
choked
I
up. I'm very speechless.
This is a very dramatic pause.
Yes.
So no matter what happens in the battle, I will be there to help you finish whatever you need to do. It was very touching what you said back there to your little friend. I understand we wouldn't be in this situation if I wasn't a little bit nosy. I understand. But
Oh yeah, I forgot about
I will do whatever I can to make it right.
No, the fault was mine, and I should have been far more careful, or at least have told you about, well, everything. But
Don't leave
we
a
will do
magic
this
book
together.
around, you know.
Well, to be fair, you did not know about everything, and she'll give a dirty look at Brittany if Brittany's still around.
Brittany at this point seems to have vanished once again.
Hey Basil, that was really fucked up what she said there, huh? That was not okay. And she'll like put her arm around him and try to console him. It was horrible what they have done to you.
Thank you, Oksana. I appreciate that. I don't think I've fully taken in everything yet, and it will take some time. But with Sicarious still not whole and us still here, I will find time. Just
I
not
trust
here.
that you will. And hey, listen, say the word if you need. She'll like make a gesture. I will take care of it for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
She'll clap him on the shoulder.
Still very strong. Right. Well, let us get as much rest as we can. Tomorrow will be. Tomorrow, this will. Well, we will get what we need tomorrow.
Basil, walk with me. I'll walk you to your room. She'll, like, put out her arm to link it.
Basil will put out his arm and walk. But you will notice that Basil's a little bit more not observably like hesitant, but you know, he's not as comfortable, not as smooth as he was, you know, earlier on.
Sorry, did I miss that episode when Basil was smooth? When was that? Was that during the off season?
Express something that words fail me. Yeah. It's like this. Okay, for those of you who may not have watched the last session, which was, to be fair, like what 3-4 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. There was a thing that happened where Basil had failed to uphold V's trust, and he's dealing with a lot of guilt in that regard, and he hasn't brought himself to talk about it because he's feeling very, very much like there's other things that are important right now, and you know it's on the list of things.
Okay.
Normally he is very comfortable with V, and V is one of the closest people, but
smooth
right now
was just the wrong word for
I know, but like
it's
he's
okay.
not
No, you don't have to. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, go on. You know what?
When you lock people in a cage, you know, you kind of lose trust on that. You know?
I didn't lock anyone in a cage. I just didn't stop them from locking you in a cage. That's all.
All right, refocus. V's walking with Basil.
V's walking with, yes. I just wanted to give some context to it so that it's not just, Basil's really weird today, isn't he? Just, okay. Sorry.
Where the fuck is pork? Oh, that's what Creamware's been doing this whole time. He's just looking for pork. All right.
So, Basil, you've been giving me very ominous looks today.
Yes, well, truth be told, I have trouble with this place, and it brings out a side of me that I'm not often very proud of, and one I don't share very readily with others. And I knew that bringing you all here, it reveals the innermost sides of ourselves like a raw nerve to people when we don't want that. I see you, B, and I've seen you for some time. I know the kind of person that you are, and I know that this place, having forced you to reveal so much, was not fair on you. And it was further unfair to have you face head on what hounds those parts of your mind, those private places. as you say, trust is a very easy thing to gain that is lost so easily.
Think first. I see where you're going with that. Look, life is hard. Life is unfair. I'm fine with what we have to do to save Sicarious. Is that why you're looking at me all weird?
I will admit I do have a measure of guilt, not just for Sicarious, but towards all of you. But you, I think, more so than others.
Look, I'm going to stop you there. I know I said something to you in passing. And I still feel the same way, but you've saved me again for the third time. So I think I was being a little harsh on you. And to be fair, it wasn't your choice to lock me in a cage. I can't even believe this is part of a conversation. It wasn't your choice to lock me in a cage. You just didn't speak up. And that I should have recognized is different. And in the end, you were there. And that's what's most important. As you know, I struggle very much with trusting people in general. So I'm sorry if I stressed you out more because this place is fucked up. I also would just like to throw out, I was just thinking, is it possible that we're in your nightmare and Brittany might actually still be normal in the real world? And this is your greatest fear? Being betrayed by your close friend?
That is very possible. Though, I'm afraid this place is not my greatest fear. My greatest fear is bringing people here and losing the friendships that I struggled to make and losing them to the darkness that has already taken so much from my life.
Well,
since we've arrived, this has been my nightmare, and tis no illusion, no subterfuge of the darkness. Seeing you and Sicarious nearly dead, watching Grimoire confront the terror of these two great feline creatures that tore him asunder, to see Oksana having to bid farewell to her family that she barely knew. These are all my nightmares. I don't know how any of you could look at me after all this.
first of all, this is Sicarious' fault. I feel that through and through.
Straight away, just blame Sicarious. Oh, geez.
Second of all, you can take solace in the fact that you haven't lost any friendships here. If anything, I see Sicarious and Grimoire and Oksana closer to you than they were before. And fuck Tristan too, I guess, whatever. He found your mom, so he's trustworthy to you in some way. And us, he kept us safe in the book for now. Yeah, so just take solace in that. And if anything, yes, these have all been terrifying experiences and heart-wrenching, but I think we've all come out a little better. We've gotten to know ourselves and each other a bit more. So if you want to put a positive spin on things, like I typically try and do, you can look at it like that. Also, Basil, hear me out. You told me that You gave me your quill. It's time to write my own story. And I know how everything with Brittany can seem confusing and what choices were your own. But now you know every choice you make from here on out will be your own. So it's time for you to write your own story as well. That's a good thing. You like stories.
I do love stories. Maybe together we can turn in this tragedy into something with a happy ending.
It will be. Can't kill me that easy. Look, I'm still here. I almost died 3 times in the last, has been 5 days since we've known each other? For 2 weeks, I don't know. Sicarious dies all the time. It's
true.
become a pastime for us, so it's fine. We'll get through this together.
Basil will place his hand and clasp these, sort of holding it gently, but between his thumb and index finger, kind of squeezing it tightly as just an affirmation. He says, "Thank you. You have no idea what that means to me. And I will have more faith. And it means a lot, truly. But we should get some rest and prepare for the coming conflict. Good night, Fee."
Good night, Basil. So, turn and go to... We have bedrooms, right?
No, this is exactly like Jed's ship. We have hammocks.
Oh, we're literally in the same room as everyone. Okay,
Yeah.
we will just go.
I'll what I'll probably do is I will do a lap of the deck. You know what I mean? Like and then head in and stop preparing for bed.
Okay. As you all bed down for the evening, the howling winds outside of the paper dome that holds you safe crinkles and cracks. The ominous surroundings not lost on any of the party members, save for Tristan, who just continues to stare aimlessly like an idiot. You all find rest for the evening, and you can go ahead and mark down a long rest on each of your character sheets.
That feels good.
Thank God.
Yeah, that feels really nice.
You know what? Last time we rested was last year.
It's true. It's true.
It feels like that in both contexts.
The following morning, you all awake and take note of the surroundings as they begin to grow more transparent, as if slowly fading away into the background. Basil, instinctively you can tell that the spell is now fading.
Right. It looks like our time is up. Just gather around and be prepared. Can I end the spell early and have us forced out, or?
If you choose to.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. Once we're all ready, I'll have us all stand together and end the spell.
Okay. Gathering your companions back on the ship deck. You watch as Basil closes his eyes, focuses for a moment, taking out the same piece of paper with the drawing you had seen the night before. He folds it up a few times before tearing it. As the last rip is heard, the spell fades quickly, leaving you with one last image of the origami Jed waving towards you. Finding yourself once again back on the ground, it seems the storm continues to wage onward, never-ending and eternal. You cautiously, slowly make your way towards the entrance of the bridge. Are we crossing the bridge?
Absolutely.
Nah, let's go back.
Weird. Weird that you made us.
Actually,
Weird that you made us stop in
Guys.
front of the bridge. I'd like to take a good, keen look and peer around.
the whole group looks at each other. Actually, you know what? With Sicarious, near enough is good enough. All right, let's leave.
After all that,
I think Basil will look at Sicarious and normally, having stood at the back of the group, will for the very first time stand side by side with Sicarious in the front, and reach out to him with kind of like a fist bump, and says together then.
Together.
And then try to synchronize our footsteps to step onto the bridge at the same time.
Okay. As you awkwardly try and find the footing, staring at Sicarius' feet, you are in
Literally
fact
have
able
two left feet.
to sync up just in time as each of you take a step forward, pausing in between. Your foot finds solid ground. Nothing else happens.
When that happens.
Right. Looks clear. Let's go say hello.
Well, why don't we try to get him in a stealthy way? Where did you see yourself?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Flying out the window.
Why don't we find the window, stand underneath, and then haul ass?
The front door should work best.
What if we just wait? See if he comes flying out the window, we can take him and leave. Then we don't have to face this very foreboding Nightmare King.
Well, if anything, we know there's at least an exit.
I don't recall if I've spoken about this before, but the reason why I wasn't using my magics is because everything in this place is an extension of the Nightmare King. The floor, sky, the air you're breathing, well, if it's air at all. If you cause ripples, it's like an ant crawling across your limbs. Moving quietly, it's unnoticed, but here we are at the Nightmare King's heart. There, I fear, will be no sneaking up on him in this place.
Well,
Shall we continue?
let's go. I was
To the
gonna
door.
say, Guns are blazing, but none of us have guns.
despite what he said, Greenmore will start tiptoeing the rest of the way.
Okay.
But making
Half
sure that
tiptoeing.
Basil doesn't see him tiptoeing, so he'll be behind.
Hmm.
He wants to look strong for Basil right now. So.
Very strong.
As the rest of you are led by Basil and Sicarious, Greenmore quickly behind them, Oksana just beside him, with V and Tristan following behind. You make your way slowly across the bridge itself. Greenmore, you stare at the strange, malformed, and terrifying statues of the obsidian creatures. Their eyes with no pupils, yet seem to almost follow you wherever you go. Oksana, looking over the other side of the bridge, you can see The liquid seems to roll almost, like bubbles trying to force themselves up, but never cresting. As each of you stare around from all angles, trying to watch, I need you all to go ahead and make perception checks for me. Not with advantage, Bobby.
Wasn't gonna I would have.
I know you were.
Plus 2.
10.
Yeah.
14.
13.
Both 13? And Sicarious rolled 14?
Correct.
Okay. With heads on swivels, you continue to look around. But it's Sicarious as he turns back towards the rest of the group. You see Tristan once again, sort of aimlessly staring off towards the clouds, somewhat of a stupid grin on his face. Completely unaware of the thin black tendril that seems to be reaching around his ankle.
Oh.
In a moment, it latches onward. You try to yell outward towards Tristan, but it's far too late at this point. Tristan's facial expressions change. Always a rainy day for Tristan, as he's violently pulled into the lake, being submerged down below. As this all happens, multiple tentacles now reaching up, inky black dripping all around them. You all stare, weapons drawn. However, numerous tendrils continue to reach upward, now lashing out towards each of you. You all begin to dash towards the front door. I need each of you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
That's my jam.
Sorry, Tristan was right next to me. He's gone now. He's like in the water.
He was pulled below the surface of the water.
And that's how we kill Swiftwave's characters all the time.
Yep.
I didn't kill him, but I saw it happen. Dexterity saving throws?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Dirty 20.
Nat 20.
I'm rolling okay. Got a 15.
19.
Grimoire?
Oh.
16.
16. As they continue to lash out towards you, trying to grab onto you. Only Sicarious is caught by one of the tendrils. You feel it now squeezing, constricting around your body, trying to pull you forward towards the liquid. Your friends now reaching over, Basil in particular, grabbing onto you, trying to hold you in place. As you're pulled off of the bridge directly, you feel yourself almost being torn apart from either side as more of your companions rush over, trying to grab onto whatever limb is possible. Sicarious, I need you to make a strength saving throw for me.
15 failed that one. All right, so strength. Saving throw for strength. That'll be a 16.
16. Just in time, you feel your friend's hands now slipping from the appendages that they hold onto you, but with quick thinking, you grab onto your black sword, swaying it, flailing it wildly towards the tentacles, able to meet the one that's caught atop you. It severs in half as it begins to flail aimlessly in the air before pulling back down into the liquid. The rest of you now pulling Sicarious back down to the ground. He lands with a hard thud before immediately gaining back to his feet. You rush towards the entrance.
Thank you. Let's go.
Yeah, no problem.
What about Tristan?
Are we just, yeah.
You going to dive in? Maybe it's taking him somewhere else.
He's gone. I watched it happen. He's gone. We have to keep moving to save the rest of us. Is what Tristan would
We have
want.
to keep moving. What the fuck are we talking about here? Yeah, but also, what is shit? Is there a tree?
Well,
Grimoire, as you make it over to the other
Basil's
side of the
distraught.
bridge, the rest of your companions now standing on the edge, on the other side of the moat, you watch as now being outside the grasp, they slowly tendrils slowly sink back down into the thick black liquid. Again, the surface calms. aside from the rolling bubbles that never seem to burst.
Let's be honest. This is where he comes back later as the BBG and kills us all. It's his time. Let's just let him have his time.
All right, look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a teeny bit acted out. So can we just like pretend like Basil's like leaning over the edge, tears welling in his eyes, yelling out Tristan, "Damn you, you damn dirty apes!" Insert that with Basil there, and then we'll move on.
Sure.
I don't
excellent.
like what this place is doing to you guys.
You know what?
You're all fucked up.
Senahas? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's a great idea. Grimoire will throw 2 coins into the lake.
Wow.
Oh, that is so perfect.
Tossing the 2 coins into the lake, they rest gently on the surface for a moment before being pulled down, just like your companion was.
And if he comes back, he owes you 2 coins.
Yeah, he owes you a toonie, just in case.
Basil's a BBG.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least
What
you
is the
said
game?
there's a possibility he wasn't really him. The book may have been just playing tricks on us, right?
Yeah, maybe that wasn't actually Tristan.
Exactly. All right. Let's
I suppose.
Didn't sound
nothing we
anything
can
like Tristan,
do.
to be honest.
There's nothing we can do. We have to keep going forward.
I think after we should at least look for him or something.
Are you going to dive into the swamp, Oksana?
No, I mean, like, maybe it has taken him to some kind of lair or something like that.
I'm just
Sure.
hoping that if we take out the Nightmare King, baby, everyone comes back safe and sound, just like in real storybooks, okay? Can we keep moving? I feel like kind of tears wallowing in
My
his eyes.
God.
Don't worry, we will not leave Tristan behind. He put himself out to find my mother, and I will be damned if I do not at least find his body.
Ominous.
I don't know if he's dead yet.
Look, yes, he is. You found him literally in a crypt.
But he was moving. But
Yeah. What's your point? He did it before. He could do it again. We don't know.
anyway, let's get off of this damn bridge. Not accomplishing.
Yeah, I think the only way I'm going forward is if I pretend like that wasn't the real Tristan. That was just a nightmare one.
So just to be perfectly clear, you're all leaving your reunited companion in the
Oh, Dave!
Okay,
I
don't
thought
dark,
do this.
oily,
trying
thick
to
water.
go
No,
with
I'm just saying. I just,
us.
listen,
No, this is my.
if I'm going to
this
get
is
shit
my
from
challenge.
Swiss Dave from doing him dirty with the voice, at least I'm not the one who left him behind, Jess.
I'm just gonna
of this,
say,
so I'm okay with it.
I'm just
Basically,
gonna
we're
say
all
it.
garbage friends, is what you're
I'm
saying.
assuming this is because Swiss isn't here and you don't want to keep playing.
Well, that would be metagaming now, wouldn't it?
Oh, man. Fucking asshole.
You really, I know. Do you want us to really go after him?
Listen,
We
this
are.
is
He's
I'm
inside the building.
I'm just describing what's happened. What you got, your actions. You're responsible for your own actions, especially Jess.
Bullshit, you know it.
Oh,
Wow.
you're picking on me. He knows I'm the weakest link, you guys.
Because you're sus.
Look, I had my dramatic, like sad moment. I just didn't roleplay it.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Are we making our way towards
Just
the
fucking
entrance
with
then?
us, yeah, okay. Yes, we're making our way to the entrance.
Okay. This is
After a long, sad cry.
what are
This was a
friends
very,
for, I
very
guess.
touching.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It was like
Yeah,
a
okay.
eulogy on the bridge here.
I'm
like,
sure
you
it
know,
was
just
very heartfelt. Mm-hmm.
heartfelt,
Tristan
so
is
heartfelt.
actually dead here. Like, this will be the worst.
Who
character
knows?
death
You just
in
left
all
him
of
there. I don't
actual
know.
plays.
And if you want to see this
You have to
heartfelt
have
speech
thought
in
about
roleplay, Careful Cantrip
not.
Platinum is going to unlock a new feature called.
Stop making promises.
Okay.
Bobby's played
Can
with
we
me long
try?
enough to know.
So just for the folks at home who might be like, what the hell's going on? So we tried to cross this bridge, and upon the way, a tentacle reached up, grabbed Sicarious and Tristan. We saved Sicarious, but Tristan went into the inky black depth, and the tentacles and Tristan are nowhere to be seen.
It's true. Guess we know who the middle child was. Anyway, let's just go ahead and move on, leaving your
right.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. As you make your way towards the entrance of the tower itself, you find a large archway. And once again, the shimmering of a black portal, one you've seen many times before.
Oh,
All right,
let's go through.
this is it. Now, if there's anything left for us to do, we should do it before we step in. This may be our last opportunity.
Why are you saying that with a smile?
But this is the point in a video game where the NPC tells you, are you sure you want to continue? This will start the end scene. And I want to be that NPC, damn it. Also, this may be the last time for us to make that decision to whether or not we want to go save Tristan.
He's been underwater a very long time. I think he might have to break down.
Yeah, if he was okay, he'd come up by now. All right, let's go.
All right.
God, that he's not actually.
Wow.
This is not his destiny.
I hope you're watching, Dave. I really do. I hope you're watching all of this.
Okay, can I just say before we went live, Swiss Dave was messaging me from the plane, and he said, "Please just don't kill me."
I hold no promises.
Why would we do that?
I hold no promises. Are we going through? Are we going through the entrance, Jess?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god, guys, I'm so conflicted. I guess so.
Okay.
It's
Shut up, Dave. Shut up.
What? What?
Stop!
Listen, I
do it.
didn't expect you guys to do anything, okay, other than Jess. As you each begin to make your way through the portal, you once again feel the familiar tug sensation. Before hitting the ground with your feet once more. As you stare into what seems to be a ballroom. And that's where we're going to take a short rest for the evening.
Oh.
So, guys, if you have any questions on chat for myself, life, the universe, anything at all, we go ahead and take some questions on break. If you're wondering, how is Basil going to handle the Nightmare King? How is Jess going to sleep tonight? All of these questions are available for you to ask. I'm just putting that out there. Anyway, guys, we're going to take a quick bio break. Love all of your faces. Stick around because this is one you are not going to want to miss. We'll see you guys real soon. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We did have a couple questions on chat. Apparently there's a poll happening as well. So let's try and rip through these as quickly as we possibly can. First and foremost, question for Basil. How do you feel about killing your stepdad?
Oh no.
Good answer. Basil, what do you think of Brittany after the truth was revealed?
I'm not angry, I'm disappointed.
Fair enough. What's Swiss doing that keeps him missing out on all the fun? We don't know. We haven't talked to him in days. He's probably missing, to be honest. Grimoire, do you...
If you see Dave, call us on 1-800-CC Platinum.
Yeah. CC Swiss. No, Swiss Dave, not me Dave. Grimoire, do you enjoy being the one to lean on when other party members are in a tough spot?
That's a good question. It's a lot of responsibility. These guys are kind of fucked up. So
Yeah, tell me about it.
But you're perfect for it. You've got a
day by
kickstand.
day. You know?
Question
Tough
for
being
me.
the glue.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. To fuel the guilt trip, which of these guys should feel the most guilty, and would Tristan have tried to save them if the roles were reversed? That's a great question, Redal. Clearly Tristan would have jumped in after any one of his companions, without a doubt. The fact that, they just decided to leave him there, I mean, it just goes to show. Rob, not sure if you saw this, but if we manage to see Sicarious whole again, will the wig return?
Maybe.
Heard it here first.
Wait. Is the last Sicarious just a wig?
It's just the floating.
It's just the floating wig. Yep, that's what it is.
Just the floating wig.
Timeline.
V, you have been pretty optimistic so far this episode. Will you feel guilty about watching a friend get wrecked to the depths?
Well, sort of just that already happened, and she seems pretty guilt-free.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. See, this is the problem, is that everybody's just become dulled to the sense of Swiss Dave's characters dying.
It just happens.
Exactly. Exactly. Oksana, psst, Tristan is right over there. You really going to turn your back on a friend?
I'm gonna say V made me do it.
That's very fair. Very, very fair. With that said, let's jump back into the episode. As you enter into the tower, you're met with a sight of a ballroom. The ballroom is grand and ornate, with a marble black and white dance floor. But it's also dark and dusty, as if it had been abandoned for centuries. The sound of music can be heard, a haunting melody that seems to come from nowhere, as four ghastly couples move to the rhythm. They seem to be constructed with the same crude oil liquid that, like many of the things you've seen in this realm. Yet their movements are graceful and fluid, almost as if they're choreographed. While they pay you no attention, they still seem to be aware of their surroundings, as they twirl around 5 worn-out tables placed on the dance floor. Directly to the right of the entrance, a polished and well-kept lectern with a sign atop of it that reads, "Call the servant for assistance."
Okay. I do recognize this place.
Really?
You do?
Yeah. Back when I was a prince, the palace had a ballroom just like this one.
You,
What?
Did you say a prince?
I'm totally fucking with you, but I am scared.
Oh my god.
alright.
Sorry, I lie when I'm afraid.
Dave, does any of the music sound familiar to V?
Not that you've heard before.
Okay.
Is there like a bell or something to call for the servant?
You give the room a quick once-over. There doesn't seem to be any apparatus like a bell or anything along those lines to ring for service.
Right. We just call out. Oh,
Do you want me to ask one of them? And she'll gesture to the dancing ghosts. Okay. Hello? Hello?
You begin to wave frantically, yelling towards the ghastly couples that spin around and twirl on the dance floor. But again, they pay you no mind as they continue their waltz.
Well, they still the same inky stuff.
They seem to be made of the same black inky substance that many of the other creatures are made from.
Hey Dave, chat doesn't hear music. Just FYI.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I'll see if I can fix that. They should be able to hear it now.
Basil, you're the fanciest, I feel, amongst us. How would one usually call a servant?
Well, a servant would usually be in attendance. Usually just on the peripheral of one's vision as you enter. There would usually be either a bell or a gesture, a signal as to not take away from the party should you require one. I don't know beyond that. That's as far as my rich folk knowledge goes.
I saw your clap thing you did. That was
Yes, this is considered remarkably rude, but we call it a Karen. Another version is when you do this at restaurants, right? When you do that, yeah, yes, we call that the
carrot. Yes.
But
Can I go
But I
look
don't
at the
think we're
podium?
Sure.
It's like you said, it's like a lectern or whatever. Just like see if there's anything there. I'll like lift up the sign and see, and then I'll slam on the desk or whatever.
You begin to slam, searching around the lectern, but just a wooden lectern. Nothing more.
Well, are there any other doors? Any other place to go?
Or we just interrupt their dancing. See what happens.
I tried. They did not. I thought I was pretty loud.
We could
Well, let's
just
do
call
physically.
out.
What about physically stuff?
Why don't we just ask?
well,
Is there a servant
actually-
around? Is there a server anywhere? Although, I feel like whoever may be listening may be preoccupied trying to.
I have. This room has great acoustics. I swear, I can hear you reverberating off the walls. Listen, I think Sicarious might be onto something, but maybe, perhaps, a different angle to take is rather than interrupting them, why not join them and play the music out? Maybe.
I don't
once-
dance.
I could show you.
Oh,
well,
please,
come on
Basil,
now,
wherever
Oksana.
you're going with that.
Live a little.
I mean, I have in the past, like cut a rug, as one might say. I could show you a few things, Oksana, if you'd like.
Is this the best plan that we have?
It's the
Either that
slightly
or just
least violent.
attacking things,
Okay.
Basil will walk up to Oksana and now Basil's not tone deaf, but he's going to try to sort of teach Oksana a little bit in terms of like he goes up, he touches his forehead, then his chest before bowing. He then
Sure.
says, "This is how people ask permission to dance, and if you accept, you bend at the knees and bow your head as well."
So as you were bowing, she like looked at the floor to see what you were looking at, and then when you told her to bow, she just like she would interpret that as a squat. She would just
Power
squat,
squat. Yep.
and then she would stay at your eye level, and then put her arms out to you.
Basil laughs exactly like that, and he then takes Oksana by the hand and will ballroom dance
In a full
or attempt to.
squat.
with a full squatting Oksana,
Okay.
which, let's be fair, is a little bit more palatable than Basil being lifted and hoedown swung across this ballroom.
Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead and make a performance check for me then.
While they're doing that, Grimoire's going to look at V and Sicarious. Just go. What the hell are you two looking at? You're not the right size for each other. And he's gonna try to push you two together and push you out onto the dance floor.
Oh,
Not one.
I'm always ready to dance.
Then shall we? And I'll extend my hand.
We shall. We will.
More like it.
Give it a go.
Can I put Grimoire on my shoulders?
You're already out on the dance floor. Grimoire's gonna sit on the lectern and just kind of kick his feet around, watching them dance.
I'll see Oksana like looking over at Grimoire, like, you know, like as you're dancing with your partner, you know, her eyes are always sort of catching over. And I'm going to start dancing Oksana in that direction. And I'm going to say, Oksana, I'm going to teach you something called the dip. And I'm going to lean her back so that she can reach up and grab Grimoire and then put Grimoire on his shoulders as we get around to the front where the lectern is.
Over here, little man.
Like 5 seconds, and all of a sudden, there's just chaos happening.
It's your turn to talk now.
Apparently.
Sicarious and V are dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oksana and Basil are dancing with Grimoire on Oksana's shoulders, and he's just doing the finger.
Okay. And is everyone
he's
out on
got.
the dance floor at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
As each of you
We can
step
dance
out,
if we want to.
sure can.
We can leave
okay.
Tristan behind.
Then there's that, and there's that.
5 minutes ago.
When
someone died.
he
We're
asked if
dancing.
we were all dancing, I was this close to being like, yeah, because Tristan's dead. So,
Jesus Christ.
Because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine.
As you all begin to dance around, generally stationary at this point, you watch as some of the other dancers start now moving towards you in almost a circular-like pattern. The first one comes close to the grouping of Basil, Grimoire, and Oksana. As they come within 5 feet of you, each of you begin to feel a pull of energy almost drawing away from your body. You feel a sense of tiredness start to overcome you. Each of you take 3 points of necrotic damage. Continuing on in their march,
dancing.
they continue to make their way over to Sicarious and V. As they pass by within 5 feet, the two of you as well feel that pull of life force being drawn away from you. You also each take 3 points of necrotic damage. And as they
Does anybody
continue
else-
to spin around, we're going to go into initiative order for this.
Oh, okay.
that happened.
That's what we get.
We
Let's
just, we were
move
like,
this
yeah, we're
over
like,
to
oh,
here.
Dave needs time. Let's do some role play to give him time to figure out the music stuff. Now we're in
I
combat.
have no idea what's happening with music. Apparently the music has been playing all night on stream, so
What? Really?
super
Oh.
cool. Love that for me entirely.
It's okay. I'll add it to the YouTube video, and it'll be on Spotify. So, yay.
Okay.
Watch it on there. If you want the ambience, I'll be on.
But stay here. Don't go now and
Yeah,
wait for
no.
it. You know, just
Okay, while technically you're not in combat per se, we're going to go ahead one at a time to determine who's doing what. Let's roll some initiative.
I got a 5.
Music was there until break ended? Interesting.
well, the music's on break.
Mm-hmm.
I got a
Turn this
13
up a
on
little
my
bit.
initiative.
Yeah, I got 6.
13,
11.
6, 11. Oksana?
5.
5. And Grimoire?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Very nice.
Oh, that sinking feeling when your DM pulls up a digital map.
It's true.
Oh, shoot. Digital map. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's on roll 20.
I didn't have it up.
Grimoire, as the beings now push past you, feeling your life force slowly start to be sucked away, what would you like to do?
I have no idea. What the fuck? All right. I'm on Oksana's shoulders. I guess I'll ask Oksana and Basil who are right next to me. Did you all feel that? I feel like I'm getting really tired. And it's getting harder to breathe.
Given that I deal necrotic damage in the same sort of vein, would I be able to know the effect that's going on?
For this, you wouldn't know what's going on.
Okay.
As
I felt something too, but I'm...
Go ahead.
I don't know, I was going to say, I felt it too, Grimoire, but I'm not sure what it is exactly. These things, it's like they're, I don't know, they're taking something. They feel less whenever they get closer.
Oh, good, because I thought this is just what dancing feels like, and I thought it was terrible. And I'm just going to end my turn because I'm on her shoulders, and I don't know the, manners when it comes to dancing. You just, how to stop. So I'm just gonna maintain my spot and end my turn.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fair enough.
No idea.
Basil, you're up. What would you like to do? Sicarious, you're on deck.
All right. I tell the others, all right, maybe try to keep distance from these beings, whatever they are. And I'm going to continue to dance, but I'm going to try and give these creatures a wide berth.
Okay. Where are you moving to?
All right. Sorry, just because Dag is going to figure this out. What direction were each of them moving, or are each of them moving currently?
So they seem to be spinning around the middle table in a clockwise direction.
Okay, so I would continue in the clockwise direction, aiming to be where, like an evenly distributed amount apart from the others. You know what I mean? So that I'm as far away as I can from both sides, as I also go clockwise around the table.
Okay, so you're taking your movement speed to continue to walk around the table?
Waltz, thank you, but yes.
Okay. So go ahead and move your token wherever you would be by the end of your turn.
So presuming they are still moving, I would be roughly where Sicarious and V are.
Okay, fair enough.
Should we follow? Because I think he's bleeding.
I'm leading.
Okay.
Or do you want us to wait, Dave?
I would wait till your turn.
Okay.
Sicarious, you are up. What would you like to do with V on deck?
So are they all doing that clockwise and they're staying roughly the same distance and they're just kind of moving in unison with each other?
Right.
So then in that case, I don't know if this is some type of puzzle. If I see Basil moving his direction, maintaining the same, I'm going to try to lead us to maybe the center. So I will then kind of go towards right around here by the center table.
Okay.
Try to be part of the centerpiece and see what happens from there.
Okay.
So that's where I will move.
Fair enough. V, you're up. Oksana, you're on deck.
I had sort of the same idea. V will waltz over with Sicarious, but V will actually get up on the table so that she is center.
No.
Oh, wow, thank you. So talented.
Now, standing atop the table, you can get a better bird's eye perspective of the room around you. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Do I see anything I didn't see before?
Nothing seems to have changed.
Nope, that'll be it.
Okay. Oksana, you're up. What would you like to do?
Oksana is gonna look around very suspicious and look at Grimoire. What do you say we head to the middle? It seems that is the steps in this dance move.
Yeah, sure. Like I'm just along for the ride.
I'm gonna move. I'll move like in front of the table over here, and Bobby. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, wait, where are you? Oh.
The dancers continue to spin around.
Oh, they're
Basil,
actually
one
movable.
stops within range of you. You once again feel the energy being drawn away from you. You take another 3 points of necrotic damage.
All right.
No.
Taking us back up to the order of the round. Grimoire, you're up. What would you like to do?
All right. I don't think I like dancing very much. I'm just gonna jump off of Oksana's shoulder. I'm gonna use my movement. Let's see. Get here. Then I'm gonna dash. Okay, yeah. Dash another 25 here. And end my turn.
Okay. Basil, what would you like to do?
Freaking run. I'm going to climb up on that table there.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, nope, I was wrong. Dancing is not the answer here. I was wrong, and I made a fool of myself.
They continue to dance without paying any attention to any of you on the dance floor. Sicarious, you're up. You're on deck.
Let's see here. Looking around the room, are those statues we see on the picture here actually what's in the room too as well?
Yeah, so you do see the 3 hanging statues. One seems to be of a boar, the other a snake, and the last, I don't remember what it was, a raven. On the opposite side of the room, there doesn't seem to be any doorways. A completely closed-in room.
Okay, so in that case, 5. I'm going to then from here. Doesn't seem like we're doing anything just standing here. So I'm gonna go. Let's see, 5, 10, 40. I'm gonna dash straight to the corner over here.
Okay.
And my turn there.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming there's a statue right here in the corner.
Yeah, there's a few floor statues as well.
Okay.
All made out of the same black stone that the rest of the building is made from.
Okay. So I'll end my turn there.
Okay. You're up. What would you like to do?
Sorry,
The
partner.
exact phrasing again of the thing that said if you need assistance, call the servant or something. What was the phrasing on that?
It says, call the servant for assistance.
We will just try again. Is there a servant here? Or a server?
Well, there doesn't seem to be any voice of a response. You do hear, once again, the rumbling of the thunder outside. Being inside at this point, it echoes and reverberates through the chambers. like the sound of hooves on cobblestone, like a cavalry arriving. Welcome in, raiders.
Oh. I was like so confused. I'm like, what does this have to do with the puzzle? Okay. Can we see or hear the music coming from any specific place?
The music seems to be coming from all around you, the source unknown to you at this point.
All right. I don't know. V will. I was gonna say take out our triangle, but I'm scared it's gonna piss off the DM. V will sing to make up a song to whatever the tune that is playing right now. And she'll, I don't know, sing about dancing and let us out of this never-ending loop of dancing, please. Where's the servant? Call the servant.
Okay.
Great lyrics.
Yeah,
Thank
nailed
you.
it. Reminds me of Blur from the 90s. You begin to sing outwards, belting out at the top of your lungs. No changes in the room.
Oh, that'll end my turn.
Oksana, you're up. What would you like to do?
Has anything changed since?
Nope.
Like
Nope.
a bee singing, apparently.
A
No,
few of your
Basil-
companions
Basil
have moved
standing on the
around.
table.
Yep.
Oksana will just yell out, be like, "Okay, guys, come on! Are we killing them yet? What?"
Not really.
I'm saying, can we attack them now? I don't
They're
think
not
this
really posing a threat. I mean, I would just maybe start looking around.
Can I look under the table?
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Ooh. 9. Nope. 7.
Nice.
Pretty
Gotta love
good.
that intelligence check. You begin to search underneath the table, kind of a little upset that your friends, once again, haven't allowed you to attack those that spin around. Unfortunately, you find nothing. The dancers continue their waltz.
The fact that you're actually moving them around.
One just
I feel
outside
bad.
of range of Greymoor.
You have to ask if I want to dance first. Because he's like edging away from him.
As you look into their faces, you see very stoic, very ghastly, almost ghost-like faces. They don't seem to have any type of facial expression on them. Although you do take note of their attire. Very well dressed, albeit very old for the style.
Some time magic bullshit, Dave.
No, that was last campaign.
Is that my turn then? Up, right?
You are up. What would you like to do?
I'm going to move under Raven.
Okay.
And I'd like to just inspect that statue. Really, like, look for anything that looks like it might have, like, hinges or, like, movable parts. Or whether it's that or, like, a solid piece is mainly what I'm looking
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
for. Oof. That is 21.
21. Staring up towards the statue above, you don't see any hinges, compartments, or any apparatuses. It seems just a large statue.
What?
This statue sucks, guys. I don't have my turn.
Okay. Basil, you're up. What would you like to do?
Oh, wait.
I'm just gonna try something which is gonna be so stupid if this works, but I'm just gonna call for the servant and just say, servant, I'm calling for the servant.
As it rings out, you wait for a moment. Nothing happens.
Service here is terrible. I'm then going to just take out my flute and play a tune to accompany V singing.
Okay. Sicarious, you're up. What would you like to do?
Well, if the servant won't come when called, maybe we give him something to clean up. And I'm gonna go towards the statue and take a swing at it with my sword.
Okay.
It's an option.
As you start to attack the statue, you're suddenly reminded of the training you had done not long ago in the forest attacking the trees. As useful as that was, about the same for the statues.
I'm trying to break it.
As you swing your sword against it, you see bits and pieces beginning to chip off. Nothing else changes.
Knock it over! He yells.
When I get another action, I will.
Okay.
Okay. Vera,
Might have
what would
cracked
you
it.
like to do?
Might
Oh.
have cracked it.
Oh my gosh.
I made a mess. Come clean it.
There's nothing. Okay. V will just try and first she was singing with the music. Now she's gonna purposely try and sing out of tune and be loud and obnoxious and try and like distract the dancers.
Okay. Go ahead and make a performance check for me.
Just dinner belling her triangle.
Yeah, the triangle comes out. Hold on.
No, we don't have to.
Yeah. Triangle comes out. Oh, I'm holding it wrong. Dance, my friends! Dance, my friends! Okay, that's how she's. Yeah. Okay.
As you take out your triangle... Oh, actually, yeah. Go ahead and make your roll first.
My performance is a 19.
19. As you take out your triangle and begin to sing off-key as best as possible, you seem to catch the notice of the dancers. All of their faces now turning towards you without missing step, almost pivoting on their necks themselves. You watch as some of the black tendrils now reach out from their shoulders. From the best efforts, you'd assume that their reach is now 15 feet.
Fan.
Way to go, V. Once again, your triangle has...
Listen, what else do we have to go on? Literally nothing.
I've got this. I think I've got this.
Okay.
Or I'm wrong.
Oksana,
We'll
you're
find
up.
out.
What would you like to do?
I think seeing that, I am going to. I should be able to make it there. I'm gonna dash to Greenmore
Okay.
and stand beside him.
Okay. Hopping over the tabletop that V resides on, it teeters and wiggles a little, catching V
Jesus.
off guard.
Oksana, be careful.
However, she's able to keep her balance as you rush over towards Greenmore. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Something is not right here, she'll say to him, and I'm gonna draw like a dagger, something small.
Okay. Picking up their speed, the dancers now start to move their positions around a little bit. They come inward as they circle around towards V. You see a lash of the black inky tendril now reaching out towards you. Cherry
We
C.
left her in the kill box.
Hey man,
The tendril,
nobody told her to start playing that triangle.
the tendril whips towards you as it catches you on the arm, creating a cracking noise. You now take 5 points of necrotic damage. The rest continue to spin around.
Is this just a fight? Are we in a fight? Are we fighting?
Yes, I think we need to just attack them, you guys. That's what I said. Can we just fight them?
Yeah, but see, Dave said we're going into initiative, but it's not a fight.
I just said you're going into initiative.
I don't know.
Well, all else has failed.
Someone, I want to go back in this video. I want to clip that bit, and I'm going to be like,
Grimoire,
oh.
you're up. What would you like to do?
Right, this really just doesn't make any sense. What did the notes say again? Oksana?
Call for service, I think.
Call for servant.
If you need
if-
assistance, call for a servant. Call for the
What
servant.
if they meant call for the serpent? He points over to the statue of the snake.
But those are different words.
I'm gonna go check it out. Grimoire is
Call for
gonna,
the serpent.
Grimoire is going to
This is all
Run.
just a phonetic misunderstanding.
run and dash over to the serpent.
Okay. As
Oh,
you
serpent, please help.
as you rush over towards it, a few of the black inky tendrils now reach towards you by one of the couples. Albeit you're able to dodge out of the way.
Yeah, he'll call out to the serpent and kind of eye it up and down. See if there's anything different between, aside from the fact that it's a different statue, if there's anything different from the eagle statue.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Persuasion. Tricky. Ooh, rolling hot.
Nice.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you kneel down slightly, holding your hands out, you beg the serpent for assistance. It's in that moment you realize how useless it is screaming towards a statue.
Nice.
Basil, you're up. What would you like to do?
I gotta love how somehow or another Dave just is continuously. There's this puzzle. You're all stupid. Look at you talking to a statue, you moron. Goramit. I don't bloody know. I am going to.
Try hitting one.
I'm going to try to conjure
Yeah, don't hit it
a
yet.
servant. I'm going to use my cautionary tale. No, I'm going to use my. Where is it? Near you. I'm going to use my fabled story.
Okay.
Can I use that if I don't have my book with me, given that I'm in my book?
Technically, you'd still be able to draw on the power of the book, so yes.
Okay. So I'm going to conjure a tiny little butler.
Okay.
And I don't know, I'm gonna ask him to bring me a drink.
Okay. The small butler bows his head before producing a glass of water in front of you.
I'll take the water and I'll drink it.
Okay. Your thirst has been quenched. Sicarious, what would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm going to go 5, 10, 15. And then I'm going to use this table. I'm going to try to push it into the dancer.
Okay.
5, 10.
Make a strength check for me.
Strength, so that's a 17.
17. You begin to push with all your might. However, the table doesn't seem to want to move. While it allowed to teeter back and forth, it doesn't want to leave its position. V, what would you like to do?
Makes no sense. All right. Well, I don't like where I am, but I do want to see. V will sort of, before leaving the area, she's gonna like look underneath the table and see if there's anything under the table. I know Oksana looked, but she doesn't really trust Oksana.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
There's like a big red button that she just missed somehow.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Investigation 16.
16. Looking underneath the table, you see that while dust has accumulated, it still sits in its relative proper form, not as worn as the exterior of it.
Oksana. What does that mean? No, I don't understand what that description means, like, in general.
There doesn't seem to be any wear and tear underneath the table as much as there is on the top of the table. Oksana, what would you like to do?
Oh, I guess I can see V looking.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I don't know how much of this I would be able to figure out. She's gonna yell, "Everyone stand on the table!" And then she's gonna stand on this table.
Okay. The dancers continue to move around, one looping inward towards Oksana.
Oh, God.
Oksana, you try and dodge out of the way of the now whipping tendrils. However, they seem to catch you off guard. You take 5 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, I think.
Hello.
Basil.
My, you're close.
You also are able to dodge out of the way of one of the tendrils. 5, 10, 15. And Sicarious is not able to. Sicarious, you take 5 points of necrotic damage.
Are they dex saving throws?
No, it's against your AC.
Okay.
5.
Grimoire, what would you like to do?
Crushed and defeated. Grimoire's just going to listen to Oksana, and he will bonus action astral jump onto this table here.
Okay.
And then for my action, he's just going to peer under the table, like from on top of it, and see what everyone's trying to look at. Like he's curious as to why everyone keeps looking at it.
Okay. Looking underneath the table, you see more of what your friends have seen. Just an old table with wear and tear on the top.
There's nothing over here. A little bit of gum.
Basil, what would you like to do?
The wear and tear doesn't look like violence, does it?
No.
Like, it doesn't look like, like when you hold something like a shield, you got the white interior of the shield that's like nice and clean, the outside's all messed up. Just
seems to be wear and tear of a very old table.
Okay. Because I'm like, we're on the wrong side. We're on the wrong side. Okay. I'm going to ask the servant to show me the exit.
The servant just looks towards you and smiles before pointing towards the couple, but beyond that, towards V's table.
Okay, we have a clue. We have a clue, people. I've done my work. Okay, the rest is up to you.
Sicarious, you're up. What would you like to do?
Well, since I'm the only one not standing on a table, I guess I will climb on top to see what happens.
Okay. What are you doing on the table? Are you just standing there, Sicarious?
Yeah, I'm standing there and making eye contact with the dancers, trying to see if they're going to attack me or not, and get into, like, I guess, use my action to get into a defensive stance.
Okay, fair enough. V, what would you like to do?
Oh, that was a clue.
Nothing happens. We're all on the table and nothing happened.
Nope.
The table wobbled. V's gonna try and wobble the table again and see if she can flip it.
Okay. You begin to rock the table back and forth, trying to push it over the best that you can, swing back and forth. And while the table seems to shift with your weight, it refuses to turn over. Oksana, what would you like to do?
Do they rotate? I want to see if I can. If I can't budget, I want to see if I can rotate it in the direction that the dancers are going.
Hopping off the table, you begin to twist it the best you can, and while it does twist, there's no clicks, no change whatsoever.
Okay. If I'm off the table, I want to be standing here behind it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to take their shit.
Okay, fair enough. The dancers continue to dance around. Greenmore, what would you like to do?
I don't know, man.
Like, fuck, man.
Why don't you try attacking them?
Metagame.
Sorry, I just feel like we have nothing to go on right now.
No, if the table won't flip, that's weird. Like if the table's not flipping, to me that's weird.
Okay.
Yeah, but the only thing that's caused them to respond so far is V playing the triangle.
Terribly.
In a negative way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, was it a negative way? They were staring.
Yes.
I mean, maybe. So maybe.
No,
Okay.
it
So maybe
wasn't
They
it's
sprouted
negative.
tentacles and started whipping
Yeah,
us.
it was definitely negative. Maybe
Okay, so-
it was like psychic damage.
All right. So
Was to
maybe we
us.
need to dance on the tables, or play music to make the songs better.
Maybe.
do you-
Dave did ask what Rob was doing on the table.
On the table.
What are you doing, Greenmore?
Yeah, that's kind of fucked me up too. Okay.
Or maybe that was just a double duke, and
Yeah.
Dave is just messing with us because the real answer was for us to just punch these things to death, and he's gonna make fun of Jess in a minute.
If so, that's a dick move. Greenmore is going to start doing a little jig and then using his location to make kind of this like echoing, reverberating sound throughout the chamber.
Go ahead and make a performance check for me.
God, I'm on fire. I've had one bad roll tonight. Performance, that was 19.
19. You begin to dance around in a jig. The rest of your companions watching onward, very impressed with your dancing skills. But the
Give me a one
dancers
leg.
keep swaying.
Just everyone do it so that we can just get that off the table.
Okay.
Basil,
I mean,
what would
get
you like
on
to
the
do?
table.
Oh my god.
Basil.
I will dance on the table and play my flute.
Okay. You begin to dance as well. Doesn't seem to be any changes.
Don't give me that smug. All right,
Sicarious.
Dave,
Don't
What would
you
you
want
like to
my
do?
performance roll?
straws here.
Don't you want my performance roll?
Yeah, don't you want a
Sure.
performance roll? Isn't it important?
Go ahead
I think
and give me your
sure.
performance roll.
Yeah, this. I got a 5.
Your
Okay.
dance is very sloppy and kind of
Well, if you try to
embarrassing.
dance and play the flute at the same time, it's freaking hard, okay?
Have you seen Jethro
Alright?
Tull?
Not all of us can be
Thank
the
you very
Mr. Music
much.
Man from freaking New Orleans, alright?
Sicarious, what would you like to do?
Dance, Sicarious. Just do it.
Fine, Sicarious will start dancing on the table.
Okay.
If-
Go ahead and make a performance check.
God.
Not too. Performance +3, so that's going to be a 14.
14. While old-fashioned, you do know how to cut a rug. V, what would you like to do?
V will try and rule this out, and she will start dancing and hum a little tune.
Okay. Performance check.
14, 18.
18. A very well put together dance. A beautiful humming song. But again, nothing changes. Oksana, what would you like to do?
Oksana's gonna look around at everybody.
Come on, don't fucking. We got one player left to do it. Come on.
On the table and dance.
Shocked and appalled. Our friend Tristan just died.
Thank you, Jess.
Again
We
with that.
are dancing on the table.
For caring
like,
about
20
your
minutes
friends
ago.
and their
Get
well-being.
over it.
Oksana, you receive inspiration.
Oh, what a load of crock.
Look at that.
She'll do
Boo.
this performance check she's
Boo.
about to do.
I gave Tristan a eulogy.
She'll pull out her pan flute,
Mm-hmm.
which is dusty from lack of use, and she'll play hot crust buns
Okay.
Nice.
On the table.
Go
right?
ahead and
on the table.
go ahead and
On
make a
the
performance
fucking
check for me.
table. She'll dance. Oh,
Even if this
God.
was the way to solve the puzzle, I feel like Dave is now going to make it not the way to solve the puzzle.
8.
Just
I know.
to shit on us
8.
more.
Well, you try your best, but the combination of hot cross buns with the hot stepping just doesn't perform well.
Out of game, what does that sign say? Call for servant? That's all it says.
Call the servant for assistance.
Call the servant for assistance.
Right. And the dancers are going to dance onwards.
So nothing happened. Okay.
All right, what's stopping this dance nonsense?
Let's fucking just kill these things.
Yeah.
Sicarious, the black inky tendrils reach out toward you. 5 points of necrotic damage.
Even at disadvantage?
Why do they have disadvantage?
Oh, wait. Well, that was last
was
turn.
last
Okay, it
turn.
was 2 turns.
Yeah.
Because I was in a defensive stance last time. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you started dancing.
Yeah. And how much necrotic?
5 points of necrotic damage.
So 2.5. All right.
I can't take a lot more of this, guys. This is how we die.
Oksana, now up on the table, is able to dodge out of the way. Grimoire, you get hit with the black inky tendrils. 5 points of necrotic damage. And unfortunately, Basil, a natural 20 will put you at 10 points of necrotic damage. And this episode brought to you by our lovely sponsor, Rowdy. Rowdy, for all your Rowdy needs, go check out Rowdy in stores available soon. Coming soon to stores near you.
I think that cheeky little joke made me forget how much bullshit is going on right now.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, Grimoire, you are up. What would you like to do?
Oh, for fuck's sake. And he takes out his crossbow and shoots one of the dancers directly in the face.
Which one are you shooting at?
The one closest to him.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack for me.
Fucking shit, man. That is 17 to hit.
17. Your crossbolt rings true, hitting the couple almost directly in the center of each. As it does, they seem to separate away from one another. And as they do, you get a small glimpse, almost like a small portal, a window into time itself. You see the ballroom change in front of you to its original state. From where you're standing, looking over towards Oksana's table, you see a small card on top of it, with a letter on top of it. You see the letter C for the table.
Fuck you.
Basil, what would you
Make
like
us
to
all
do?
have bad name. Now we're gonna attack first in the next one. But you'll see that coming and you'll fuck with us then too.
Okay.
I quit.
He's so happy right now.
Quit.
All right. Does Grimoire say anything?
Yes, it will relay this information. And also fuck
excellent.
these dancers.
All right. Are these are creatures made of fear, right?
To the best of your ability, you know, potentially, yes.
All right. I want to try eat one.
Oh my god.
What?
Well, I mean, I am severely injured, and it's how I heal. Okay.
Creep.
I will say this, that the creatures themselves are made of whatever this entire realm is made up of, where you feed off the emotion of fear, not the physical manifestation of it.
Okay. Is anyone afraid?
Oh my god, just attack
No,
them.
actually, Grimoire's pissed off at this point. He's not even afraid.
Heal. I need a heal.
I think-
All
I
right.
think based on what I'm seeing, Oksana would be afraid, but not of the room, of her companions.
Oh wow. Really trying to
Wow. All right. I'm gonna bail from the stupid ass table, and I'm going to tell a cautionary tale. It is the tale of the octopus monster that grabbed Tristan.
It's too soon. Too soon, Dag. Too soon.
And I'm gonna hit the couple that is nearest to me.
Okay, go ahead and make an
Or
attack
attempt
roll
to,
for
anyway.
me.
Clamor. That is an 11. I do have the gods are pleased though. Does that give me advantage?
It does, but only on skill checks.
Oh, very well. Then 11.
11. As the image of one of these black tendrils now lash down towards those in front of you. They too split away for a moment, separating between the two of them, and in between, you two now see a pristine version of the ballroom around you. From where you stand, you do see V standing atop the table, with a small card over top of it. You see the letter P for the table number.
Oh,
P.
I see what you're doing. Okay, so we have
Sicarious,
a P on the table that
you're up.
V's at.
What would you like to do?
Did you say me?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't hear you, bro. Okay. Then I'm going to follow suit, and I am going to take my greatsword and swing down on the dancers right in front of me there.
Okay, make an attack roll for me.
$16.
16. Crashing down over top of them, you allow them to almost split in half directly as you see through, noting V's table. You also see the letter P.
I see the same thing, a P on top of the table.
And all of you feeling parched at the moment, reach for your water skins.
No.
Cheers. Do it, Bobby. The redemption tells us, okay? Don't let Dr.
Bobby?
Bacon and
Nothing
Beer
in here.
down.
There's nothing in here. Listen to that. Bone dry.
Bobby hates puzzles. Of course he's frustrated.
You know
right
I
now.
hate puzzles.
He hates puzzles. He hates riddles. There's literally nothing I
love
can
riddles. I hate puzzles.
do. Consider this a riddle, then. Riddle me this. How do you solve this?
CCP. Careful Cantrip Platinum. We solved the puzzle.
Fair enough. V, you're up. What would you like to do?
All right. So Sicarious attacked the one in front of him, right?
He did.
So the only one that hasn't been attacked is the one that is.
In front of Oksana.
All right. Have I noticed if any of their weapons have gone through them, or have they embedded? Like Grimoire's bow, arrow.
They do embed, but seem to... The bolt from Grimoire's crossbow seem to get pulled into the creatures themselves.
All right. Not gonna waste a dagger on that. V will
Attack the one behind you.
I don't have any fucking ranged spells. What's wrong with me? Who set my spells up?
A dagger you could throw.
Yeah, I guess. Fine. All right. Whatever. She will take the dagger that's strapped to her thigh, and she'll throw it at the one near Oksana.
Okay.
Wait.
Go ahead.
We need to know what Basil's is, right? Or Bobby. Okay, fine. I'll throw it at the one Grimoire.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack for me.
They're not missing. Hit me.
Well, that's not good. That is a 10. Let me double check with my dagger. Oh, it's a 10.
10 still hits as the dagger soars towards the dancers, splitting them in half. Once again, you see a revealed room of prestige and magnificence. Staring at the table, you see the letter E.
Okay.
All right.
Oksana, what would you like to do?
She'll say, finally! And then I'm gonna throw a javelin at the one in front of Sicarious.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
That is gonna be, that should hit. It is a 13 to hit.
13 absolutely hits, and as the dancers split apart, you see a small tag on the table with another E.
Creep.
As Oksana says this out loud, you watch as the dancers splat on the ground, turning back into a liquid and falling down into the cracks in between the dance floor. Apparating on the other side of the room, if you see a strange individual hunched over, his complexion the same as the rest, albeit you see more white of his skin, more pale gray than anything else. He looks toward you all. The master's been waiting for you.
Hey, asshole. Maybe you put your name on the fucking side.
He shoots you a glance, Grimoire. Usually doesn't take this long.
Okay.
You must have some really violent guests.
Oksana will be like, I don't understand. What happened?
You solved the puzzle.
What?
You did it. You figured it out all on your own. Well done.
Okay. Can we go now?
Wait, creep. Have you seen another version of this? She'll point at Sicarious. This person.
Not bad.
It looks like him.
He snickers maniacally.
I don't like that.
Well, probably a good sign. Seems to
Fine.
know what I'm talking about.
Take me to me.
Oh, God.
Yeah, hold on, guys. If this puzzle has taught me anything, it's that we need to kill first and ask questions later. Just skip past all the bullshit and just get straight to the nitty gritty.
Yes, I think that potentially is the best response, is to always use violence to resolve any of our issues. And if violence isn't solving our problems, we're simply not applying enough.
Well, theoretically,
Well said.
violence
Well
has
said.
solved all of your problems so far by overcoming your fears with violence.
Oh, well.
Okay, time to go.
We don't.
A lesson for all the children to enjoy. You heard it here first.
As you all gather around Creep, he gives a little wrinkle of his nose before you feel yourselves being pulled away once more. The room begins to change all around you. you find yourself in a long corridor-like room. Directly in the center of the room, a well-put-together dining room table with enough chairs to fit all of you. At one of the seats, you see your bandaged friend, completely motionless, his eyes nearly bulging out of his head, as his jaw nearly unhinges, as if letting out a silent scream. And at the head of the table, you see a pale-skinned individual with a white and black streaked hair, like that of a zebra. It waves unnaturally, almost like hair wood in water. Creep motions towards the table as the individual continues to look downward. You're a good boy, aren't you? Yes, such a good boy. As a few of you begin to make your way slowly around the sides of the table, you take note of a blackened Sicarious kneeled down on all fours, a collar and chain around his neck, being pet by this strange individual.
Oh, he's dead.
He looks up towards all of you. Finally, my guests have arrived. As he lets off a grin, serrated teeth, wide as that of a circus clown. But that, my friends, is going to be a story for another day.
Damn it.
We would have been here sooner, but there was this bullshit ass puzzle in the way.
I'm really glad though that Tristan's perfectly fine. And
I say we take a vote on what to do next with
His
him.
usual
Yeah, no,
spell.
yeah, just exactly the same way. Super pale, you
Just
know,
weird
eyes
number.
bulging. You know, yeah,
Now
yeah,
with
he's
the
fine.
cape,
Not
like
much of a
snake.
change. Yeah, oh, totally.
Yeah, no, and he's not saying anything to anyone. It's perfect.
Guys, thank you so much for sticking around with us for our first episode back for 2023. We have some very interesting things that are going to be happening this year, so hopefully you stick around to watch the rest of the story. If you're not already following, consider following, and whatever platform that you're listening or viewing on, whether it be YouTube, Spotify, or all the rest. We welcome you and we'll see you. So thank you for your continued support as well. But with that said, that's where we're going to wrap up for the evening. Crimson, yes, I think a few of us are going to be jumping into an after party in our Discord for the evening. If you want to come hang out with us there, ask us any questions, you know where you can find us. But with that said, to all the adventurers out there, whether finding yourself facing your fears in a strange landscape, or facing off against an unknown entity of immense proportions, I beg of you all, one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. We'll see you in the next one, everyone. Love all your faces.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye!
Bye. Bye.